What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig. We're going to take a look at the charts. I'm going to start out on the monthly here. Monthly is looking pretty bad now. If we close below this 21 EMA on the monthly, we have a couple days left, I think. But that 21 EMA is going to be around the 36,150. So right around where we're at right now. If we close below that, looking pretty bad, guys. As we've talked about before, looking down to the lower $20,000 range. I do have on the weekly chart here. Let's pull that up. Where is it at? On the weekly chart, I know a lot of people are looking at this rising channel. As you guys know, that's not how I'm looking at it, but I put that there just in case. But right now we have major resistance around this 43.3. I would have to see an open and close of a weekly above that to even start to get a little bit bullish and start looking for the maybe 51 to 52,000, which would be about the center of that. So we're going to move this up just a bit. But I do want to thank you guys for joining in. Make sure you smash that like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Still working on what I'm going to do for videos. I think I may start just doing quick updates in the morning. And if we get 1,000 likes on those, then I'll do a nightly live stream like this and maybe go over some other stuff. But what I wanted to talk about here, we talked about a weekly open and close below the 21 EMA. That would be bad. And my next target would be somewhere in the 24,500, 23,000 range. I have a few targets down there and a few different reasons why, and I will explain that. As you guys remember, we were watching this trend line here for a rejection on the weekly, which we got. Somebody was stating in the chat room about he's going to talk about the same thing. Well, if your analysis is correct, you're going to talk about the same thing for a while because it doesn't change daily like a lot of these euphoric, just over emotional shows that you watch. I'll just put it that way. But anyways, this is what we're looking at. Like I said, the open and close below the 21 EMA would be extremely bad. It was extremely bad. That is why I'm saying the same thing for the monthly. Same scenario. I'm sorry, that was the 55 EMA on the weekly. I'm looking at the 21 EMA on the monthly. If we open and close the next monthly candle below that, guys, we are definitely going to be headed down towards the 21 EMA. I do truly believe that. I would like to see this close to not make hidden bullish divergence here. If it does, then we could be bullish. If we close above the 34.9 area, then we're probably going to have a bounce there. That's not to say it's going to be, going to new all-time highs. If you look here, let me point this out. If you guys are familiar with the 3 black crows, that's 3 red candles in a row. That's usually extremely bearish sign. A lot of times the 4th candle might have a little bounce, but then it comes back down. So in the long term here, guys, it's still looking bearish in my opinion. Let me put this back on the weekly so I don't forget. And so that's that. This is the daily chart we've been watching that I have this target of about 23.3, and that is just the measured move from this drop. Once we broke this rising wedge, that remains the same. We'll get into smaller time frames here in a minute, guys. I'm going to look at the 4-hour and the 1-hour from yesterday and see what happened. If what we thought was going to happen happened, and we'll take a look at that. So right now it does look like we're in a falling wedge on the daily. I would have to see the daily get above this, get support before getting bullish on the daily. And there's nothing to say we can't get a push up into these EMAs up in this range here. But if you guys are familiar with my Amazon chart, I'm thinking around 42.5, 43 should be the highest it goes. And if it happens to go higher than that and starts getting support up there, then I will cross these out and not look at this no more. But it is still eerily similar, playing out almost to the T Obviously, no charts are going to be exact. It's about the pattern here. And this was a bubble pop. This could definitely be a huge bubble pop. So be cautious. And if you guys are interested in trading, check out Prime XBT, my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you. Link down below. All the links below are things I trust. I don't put every freaking exchange on there trying to get money. It's stuff I actually use. But if you do want to check it out, there is a contest section. It's totally free. You can use that to get used to the platform. They give you free money to play with. And then if once you do start an account, if you use my promo code Savvy50, that'll get you up to a $7,000 bonus. There is a tutorial on it right here on my main page. Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. In this video, it tells you where to put those promo codes. There's also some other tutorials here. There is some using the EMAs, using the RSI, looking for patterns, things like that. They're older videos, but they have good info and they're totally free, so check them out. Now, looking at the 4 hours. So we talked about this for the last few days. Let's see where this 4 hour closes here, guys. If it closes below this trend line on the RSI, that's going to be pretty damn bearish. Right now, we're below all the EMAs. Now, if we were to get a bounce up here, it would probably be a couple day bounce, and I'll explain why in a minute. And it would probably be up towards this 38.3 range to retest the bottom of this triangle again, or this wedge. If we do get above this wedge and start opening and closing candles above it, then I would look for a retest of the top of the wedge. Then, and only then, may I get a little bullish. I'm not saying all out, full on bull, but maybe we will see a big dead cat bounce at that point. And that would be just breaking out of this wedge. And the measured move of that, the highest I would see that going, if that was to happen, would be around that $60,000 range. Now, that would be huge for the bulls, but I still think it would be a bull trap. I think that's going to happen? I do not. Like I said, I talked about it yesterday, the measured move of this breakdown is around the 22.5, which is pretty close to that 23 range on the daily. So that area is pretty important if you ask me. Also, you could look at a shorter target too. This is in the 4 hour and these are longer term targets. But if you wanted to measure this here as a bear flag right here, you would just take a measured move of that, bring it down to the breakdown area. If it was to break down from here, that would get you about the 26 to 27,000. But again, this is a 4 hour. I'm looking at it in the 4 hour perspective as the bigger pattern. So the other thing I talked about yesterday, if we clone this line up top, we bring it down here off of this wick here, we could be obviously take a lot longer to get down to here. So that would, if this ended up being a channel like this, which I'm not too keen of that, but that'd be around the 22.5 range, somewhere in February, around the middle of February. So keep an eye out for that possibility. Now let's take a look at the 1 hour. So the 1 hour, we talked about this yesterday, this bearish divergence up here. It's exaggerated divergence. We were straight across the top of these highs, and in the price action, we were making higher highs. We expected a drop. We got the drop. We had this trend line drawn across here. We talked about it yesterday, coming up to retest the trend line in the RSI, which we did, and we got rejected. Now, we're getting a little bounce here. Like I said, keep an eye on these RSIs. But again, if we do bounce up, if we get above this 21 EMA here and get supported over the 36.6, the next line of resistance is obviously going to be the 200 EMA on the hourly, which is going to be around 37.5. Now, this would take a couple days if it does happen. Maybe we get a pump in the stock market tomorrow to get up, retest this wedge. That's going to be around the 38.2, 38.3 range. Same target as it would be right here. And they both would be somewhere around the 29th. So that would be Saturday if it was to happen. We'll keep an eye on it. Like I said, I'll keep you guys updated. Make sure you give me a follow on Twitter. It's at CryptoSavvy1. Give me a follow on there. And again, don't forget to smash the likes. Also, leave in the comments below. I'm going to get into some more stuff here. Like I said, I'm going to go into take a quick look at the Dow Jones that we've been watching. Also, the DXY had a nice pump today. As you guys know, I've been bullish on the DXY for a year. Everybody called me crazy. Look at it now. We'll also take a look at Ethereum. Litecoin and XRP, they're really old charts, seem to be playing out almost perfectly. And also we'll take a look at gold and silver. I do want to take a look at the Lux algo indicator right after this, because I'm going to show you some of the adjustments on there, some of the stuff you could switch. Like I said, I'd be playing with it and I'd be showing you guys new things about it. The link to that is also down below if you're interested. I have a 20% discount if you use my link, and my promo code is SAVVY, SAVY. So all right, let's take a look at this 4 hour. Does seem like it is going to be coming down here, but we'll like I said, we'll keep an eye on it. This measured move for this smaller move here coming down, the break of this wedge, that one was 32,000. Now, if you look at this trend line here where we got rejected, like I said, we could in the next few days possibly get up to this 38.2, 38.3, which matches up on the 4 hour and hourly. If that was to happen, I would expect that sometime probably Saturday, and it probably would be retesting this trend line one more time, and that would make some bearish divergence. So again, we'll be keeping an eye on it. I'll keep you guys updated. You can join the free Discord too. There is a link down below. It's totally free. Great community, bunch of cool people in there. Definitely check it out. It's a good hangout. Tattoo Destroyer, hi. On your Twitter account, you said we'll hit 38.8 and we'll drop. We hit that. Can you show me how you made the TA call, please? Yeah, I actually posted charts while I was looking at that. I called it like 2 days before it actually went. Let's go over to basically it was right here. I was calling 38.6 is what I was calling, and that was where the 21 or the 55 EMA. Like I said, guys, I love the EMAs. They're much better than MAs. They're much more susceptible to price movement. They're more touchy. They follow the price movement a lot better. But that's why I had the 38.6. When I had set it, we were down in this range, and right here is where the 55 EMA. So obviously it happened a little after, poked above, trapped some people up there, and then came down. But yeah, I was using the EMAs when I made that call. So I was also looking at this bearish divergence here. Actually, right here, we made higher highs in the price action, this wick to this wick, and that was right here to right here. So that's what made me make that call. So let's look at the Lux algo. This is something pretty cool. If you are new to trading, and never trade off of one indicator, but use it along with whatever else you may be using. Like me, I like my EMAs and my RSI, but it has a lot of cool features on there. This is the hourly chart, by the way. So let's take a look at this real quick. Look at some of the features on here. Where is it? Pulled it up earlier, right here. So they have some pretty cool features right here. And again, guys, we'll get into the Dow and stuff in a second. But I just wanted to show some of this stuff, like the support and resistance mode. There's breakout zones, pattern detection, predictive ranges, auto trend lines, institutional profile. So let's look for pattern detection and see what it shows on here. If there's a pattern, it'll find it. Now see, it found the rising channel here, which we broke out of. And if we were to come test it, it comes up around the 38 or 36.8 to retest the bottom of that, which also is right around the reversal zone, which is in the middle here. You can see both these lines here are red. We are still getting rejected on them. If we come back to touch, like we have multiple times, the bottom of the wave here be around 34.6, somewhere in that range. So by looking at this, it would look, if it does fall down to that 32 range, it's probably going to take quite a while, unless we get something like we got way over here. Let's look at one more feature real quick before we move on to. So there was something else I wanted to show you. Oh yeah, this here. If you wanted to, if you're looking for a long or a short, it also has take profit and stop loss. Again, this is on the hourly, and I'm just using this as an example to show you guys. But this would be if you were looking to sell, it would tell you where to put your stop loss 1, stop loss 2, take profit 1, take profit 2. Pretty cool feature. I haven't seen much of that on any indicators. If you're going to buy, it would do the same. It would tell you. So it kind of helps with your risk management there. And guys, it's not going on 1,000 times leverage, but same thing. It would tell you where to put your stop loss 1, stop loss 2. This is if you were going long. Take profit 1, take profit 2. Pretty cool features on there. Like I said, I'll be going over more of this stuff as I start playing with it more. Definitely worth checking out if you are actually into trading. So another thing, check out my wife's webpage, inkerimage.com. That is down below in the description. Awesome stuff in there. She does it all herself. Definitely give it a look. So the Dow Jones, let's take a look at this. So this is the rising wedge that we've been watching. We did open and close above the rising wedge again in the daily and over here in the 4-hour. So let's take a look at, if we look at this high here to this high here, that is hidden bearish divergence. We're making lower highs in the price, higher highs in the RSI. Now, could that be played out? Possibly. Tomorrow's close is going to be really important to what happens to Bitcoin over the weekend. So if we close above this trend line, we may get a pump this weekend. If we close below, chances are we are going to dump. And you guys know my target for breaking this trend line is around the 30,000 point range. But again, we'll have to see what happens here tomorrow where this closes. If we close a daily below this, it's pretty much a wrap in my opinion. Now, looking at the DXY, you guys know my targets here. We almost hit my first target, and I've had these targets for a very long time. I've been bullish since back here in 2021. Everybody was calling me crazy. You can see what's happening. And if we zoom out, we are making some hidden bearish divergence here, though. Or some bearish divergence, I'm sorry. We're making higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI. So we may get a downturn. Which would coincide with a relief rally in the regular markets possibly, but by no means does that mean it's just going to crash. Let's look at the weekly, and I'll show you the big picture of what I'm looking at for. Mind you, this was the .com bubble back here, right? With the pop of the .com bubble. Or was it? Actually, yeah, right here. But when the .com bubble popped, this just continued on up to this top trend line. We're right around the same area. So I do expect us most likely on the weekly, guys. Like I said, this may take 2 years. Who knows? But we will be keeping an eye on it. But I do see it going back up to somewhere in this range. Let's look at 2023 because according to my calculations, if the Amazon chart plays out, we'll be looking at about the middle to end of 2023 for that to bottom. But there you see that's what I'm looking for. That is most likely, in my opinion, what is going to happen, where the DXY is going. Let's look at Ethereum. This is a very old chart, a few months old at least. We had the first target at 32.25, broke through, made it resistance. Our next target was 25.59. And guys, he's been here forever. We broke through, and I told you if it continued to be resistance after breaking through, next stop is going to be around 1850. That's what I'm looking for. Once we get to the 1850, we may bounce around this area for a while, but I do think it's most likely, especially if Bitcoin is in the bear market that I believe it to be in, that we're going to break below the 1850, probably retest that area, and then we could go down to the 500 to 700 in the next year or so if we are truly in the bear market that I truly believe we're in. All right, let's take a look at Litecoin. Litecoin, same thing, guys. I had said once we broke this bottom trend line and made that resistance, looks like a bear market to me. All of this stuff lines up. In case you guys haven't noticed, when you look at all the charts, I like to look at the top alts. You guys know I'm not a fan of alts, but I like to look at the top alts because all the resistance and everything really helps you understand what's going on with the market, along with the Dow Jones. Not real big on the SPY. I like the Dow. I look at the markets as the Dow is like Bitcoin, and then you have NASDAQ, which is like shitcoins, and then you have the S&P, which is like, the better alts. But anyways, this is where I see Litecoin going if we are in a bear. Now this could travel around here for a while, you know, even get a bounce, but to reset this RSI, it doesn't have to. Obviously, it can go much lower, just like this did. Get a bounce, but it's really not a big bounce, and then that's what I'm looking at. XRP, it is getting rejected at all the EMAs. We had talked about the next time we broke this would be resistance. The resistance sits around 84 cents. Don't know that it'll get back up there, but if it does, I do expect a rejection if we are in the bear market, and a 25 cent, somewhere in that range for 367 people, 191 likes. That's 150 of you with no likes. Come on, guys, smash the like button. But anyways, this is where I see XRP if we are in that bear market. Let's take a look at gold. We haven't looked at this in a very long time, probably been over a week or so. And this chart is a year old, but we did get our rejection at our 1851 here. You can see that was the 0.786. This is the bigger picture I'm looking for on gold. As you guys know, everybody says gold and silver is a great place to hedge your money when the markets crash. And I used to show it all the time. I'm not going to do it right now, but back with the dot-com bubble, back when the 2008 crash, every time the market crashes, gold crashes with it, silver crashes with it, Bitcoin will crash with it. The only thing that goes up when the markets crash is the dollar. I used to talk about it all the time, but I get sick of the trolls that don't listen and don't understand that. But we did get our rejection. It went a little bit higher than the 1851 that I was looking for. Now it does look like we are headed back down. And you guys know my target's about 1600. And if that breaks, next target's about 15. Still looking for those targets. Silver, see what happened with silver. Silver almost hit our target. This was our major resistance area, 2484. It's looking pretty bad. So my targets for silver are around 20 bucks. That breaks around 15. All this stuff matches up with the bear market possibilities. So just be aware of it. Keep an open mind, guys. Nobody knows exactly what the market's going to do. I do the best to be honest and show you honestly what I see without the hype, without craziness, just literally what I see in the charts. And I hope you guys learn to read the charts a little bit from it. Come up with your own plans. Never trade off anyone else's opinion. We see what happened to all the people that were expecting $100,000 Bitcoin. Just be careful out there, and don't get too emotional. If you're emotionally attached to something, that's probably the worst case scenario for anything, any asset in any market. To get emotionally attached to it is bad news, because I showed you guys yesterday, if you look back here, second. And oh yeah, thanks for that super chat tattoo. I don't know if I said that or not, but appreciate it. Just like back here, you got to watch your emotions in the market. And I talked about this yesterday. You know, every dead cat bounce, people wish they would have sold down here, and then they have a chance to sell up here, but they think it's going to go higher, and then it drops, and then they wish they sold up here, and then it bounces again, and they get a bullish again, and then drops again, and then they wish they sold here. It's just like a never-ending cycle you get stuck in when you're emotionally attached to something. So be careful, guys. Another thing I want to talk about real quick is this 6,000 that when this happened back here, if you guys watched my channel back then, everybody thought we were not going to be able to break 6,000 forever. We called this all the way up, but everybody, you can go back and watch my videos. I'm not going to argue with anybody, but nobody thought that was going to break. Thought it was going to be, there's people talking about it could take a year to break that level. It broke through like butter. Now, people are saying the same thing about 28,000 and 20,000. So it could still be bullish. Like I said, if we're going to continue and it is going to go up from here, I would expect to see these lower 20s first. No matter what, I believe we get a bounce there. Will it hold? I'm not confident that it would hold. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the charts look like at that time. We'll play it ear by ear. We'll keep an eye on it. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you tick your notification bell to get you notified when I post videos. Because if something big happens, I will do a live jump out of nowhere. So, you classify Ethereum as a shitcoin? I do. XRP can't save Cardano or LTC. Oh, everybody hates XRP. Do you have an RSI tutorial? I do. I have an RSI tutorial on my page. Like I said, there's a few. They're really old. I think I made them all in one night before leaving for vacation one night. And but there is, well, let's see right here. Hell, I was super tired there. I can't. Oh, right here. But yeah, there's a bunch of tutorials here. Is using EMAs, using RSI patterns, finding chart patterns, learning to spot divergence. Check it out. Like I said, it's totally free. It's still good info. They're just not the best quality videos. I was super tired. I remember making them. But anyways, yeah, there it is. Smaller time frames. So it looks like the 4 hours trying to bounce off of this. We'll see if it holds. Yeah, definitely watch for a break of this though. Otherwise, we could be headed back up, like I said, back into these ranges. Now, a break above this trend line, then I start looking for around the 41 to 42 range. If that breaks, looking for that 43 range. If that breaks, then maybe getting bullish. But again, keep an eye on the big picture. Right here is, a lot of people hate this chart, but so far, this damn thing's playing out pretty nice, guys. Keep an eye on it. Where was that monthly chart? Go back to that monthly and see what that's looking like. The monthly close is going to be huge. I may do a video on the day the monthly close is, which would be, it's January 31st, so it would be Monday or something maybe. Any thoughts on blank executive order today about Bitcoin and crypto? No, I don't even know nothing about it. I don't really pay attention to the news. Yeah. All tabs said it. Only charts and price action. I mean, I'll still watch the news or whatever, but usually, you can tell what happens or is going to happen before the news. But if these close like this, if it does close above this 21 EMA, I still wouldn't be too crazily bullish. If this closes red like this, it's pretty bad news. Not for the Bears. Savvy, what do you think? Blah blah blah. They will regulate crypto, bullish or bearish for crypto, and why? I don't think it really matters as of right now. I mean, look at the markets. The markets are absolutely insane. We'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I like the charts. I like to analyze the charts. I really could care less about the news, in all honesty. How much does the Lux Algo cost? It depends. There's a few different versions. Just check it out. They actually have, I think they have some free ones on TradingView too. But they're not as adjustable. They don't have as many options. But check it out. Check out the free ones. Go from there. See what you decide. Like I said, if you're not an actual trader, then why pay for something that really isn't going to do anything for you unless you're really into it and really trying to learn, then pay for it. But I suggest if you're not trading, not to pay for any indicators. There's no reason if you're not actually trading. But if you are, so far so good. It seems to be a good one. I'm liking it so far. I like the adjustments on it. So yeah, 10K is possible. 10K is absolutely possible. I've been saying it forever. If it plays out like this, it could go as low as $3,500, man. Believe it or not, it is a possibility. If you don't think it is, then you haven't been around any markets for long enough. Can you talk a bit about superior Elliott waves and possible scenarios? Well, this everybody talks about Bitcoin not be can't break 20K because it never broke a previous cycle. Well, like I said, I believe we're in a 10-year cycle now. Now, there is a few different ways to look at this. There is a way to look at this as a fourth wave that we are in now in the bigger picture. You know, this being an A, B, C that I've talked about forever, and it ending, you know, in the lower 20s, maybe that 28, 29 possibly, and then up from there. So that would make this wave 1, 2, this all 2, and then this 3. Possible, it is possible. But usually like wave 2 and 4 are about the same. And looking at it on the monthly here, let's just do some measurements. Because this was not a lower low here. This would have been wave 1. So 1, 2, 3. So people think this is a big wave 3. I think this was the end of wave 3. This 4, 5 is a good possibility. But let's go over to this row. All right, so this is what I think. If I move this blue, these are the 5 waves, finished waves. And then you can see the 5 waves in 1, ABC correction in 2, 5 waves in 3, ABC correction, or you could look at this as, you know, like a triangle correction, however you wanted to look at it. But regardless, that's a correction. So wave 4, and then wave 5 has 5 waves here. Now, again, could this possibly go up higher? It is definitely a possibility. But if you'll notice, usually 5th wave has, like, everybody expects a blow off top. But this 5th wave, if you look at it this way, started way back in 2018. So it was 2 years. Volume super low. That's a sign of 5th wave. So I don't know, man. I think it's a good possibility that this is a 10-year cycle, and we could see as low as $3,500. We'll see. If we break through the lower 20s, we'll definitely see 10,000, I believe, and possibly much, much lower. Forget about whales. It's about market makers. Now, bro science, quit listening to people on YouTube that talk about market makers. It's real simple. Google it. You'll understand what they are. They're not a group of people that get together and manage where the price is going. They work for exchanges. They don't care what direction it is. They just chase liquidity. It's nothing to do with controlling the market. Bitcoin in the green within minutes. Let's see where we're. All right, so we may be headed up to those ranges that we talked about, but look at where we're at on this RSI on the 1 hour, and the 1 hour is about to close. So let's keep a close eye on that right there. We may get a rejection here. Remember, though, in the RSI, it can go above. Like, say the next candle goes up here, you may get a spike up to retest these areas and then come back down. We'll see. But watch where the RSI closes. That's the most important thing. Let's look at the 4 hours, see what that one's looking like. I got to bounce. Not showing any divergence yet. The 21 EMA or 55 EMA is about 37.7. So I'll stay on here for a while. We'll see what happens here. Again, this is a perfect opportunity to watch this play out. Actually, he's a little more precise here. So yeah, watch for a rejection off that line. If it closes above, it might have to wait till the next hourly candle, actually. Might take a couple of them if we just play in this area for a while. But a rejection at this trend line right here on the RSI would be a sign for more downside. Let's see also, I'm going to put a thin trend line on the top of that candle and see if we see any divergence with the close. Put it right at the top of these candles. We'll make it thin. out of the way a little bit, and I'll make it orange. We got almost 10 minutes till this closes, so. Does El Salvador know it's bear market? What do you think is a good level to free up cash if you're in the crypto market? It's all up to you, man. I say it all the time. I'll never tell anyone when to sell, when to short, when to long, or when uh to buy, sell. None of that. That's all up to you. I show you what I see. There's, like I said, you should never, never, never trade, buy, or sell off of anyone's opinion but your own. You can watch people get other opinions, but one thing you do not want to do is only watch bullish or only watch bearish videos. You need to keep an even keel there. You need to keep an even keel there. Then you need to make your own decisions. And whatever decision you make that was yours, your decision, own it. Don't blame others for your mistakes. Celian said to short or not to short this pump. Never listen to anyone talking about your money. Be smart with your own. Yes. Also, never, I think the worst YouTube videos out there to watch if you're trading or trying to learn to trade are the hodlers. Their bias is never going to be to the downside. They'll never look to the downside. Why? Because they're hodlers. They don't want it to do anything will go up. Hodlers are not good traders. Hey Savvy, have you been Steve's charts optical art? Magic? I'm not sure. I have not. What's your odds? Or Jeff Noob and MJab returning in yellow in the Discord, asking for a friend. What's up, Jeff? I didn't know Jeff Noob wasn't, but all right. MJab I did. He got a lot of complaints. Sorry, MJab. You listen to someone tell you where to move your money, you're pretty much giving your money to a bank. Bitcoin could end up 0.005 and be forgotten and just bought as a novelty for memories. It's a possibility. That's one thing I've talked about a few times. Like, people can. Most people think Bitcoin's only ever went up. It's only going to continue up and hold. And it may, but there's no guarantee. It may not. It literally may not, guys. Be careful. We may show some divergence here. We're getting a higher high in the RSI, a lower high in the price action, but we still have 6 minutes to close, so keep an eye on this. Hey Savvy, when you started learning charts? I've been trading for, I'm gonna say, been like 8 years, something like that. I started out in penny stocks. For those of you that don't know, started trading in penny stocks. Got into trading like most people. Thought I was an awesome trader. Got lucky a couple times and lost about 100,000. Wife was pissed. I don't think she knew it was quite 100,000, but lost pretty much everything. And that's what made me settle down, buckle down, learn risk management. And then from penny stocks, like penny stocks started dying. There wasn't as much volatility, and I belonged to some groups, and I'd go in there like, what the hell's going on? Everybody was switching over to crypto in 2017, and that's when I moved over to crypto. Thanks, Crypto Guz. And for those of you that don't know, my life's an open book. I'm an ex-drug addict, alcoholic, and I've got, I think, 12 years sober now. So hopefully that's an inspiration to anybody also that has any problems with any addictions or anything. Your life can change tremendously sobering up, man. Your phone vibrated? Yeah, you heard that? I watched some of your vids in 2020. You were less bearish back then. 2020 crash. Still believe in BTC. I believe that BTC has a chance, but am I a gung ho? It's gonna work. There's no doubt about it. No. So we might get some bearish divergence here. Let's see if we close over this orange line or not. But again, if we do, the next candle can go up. The RSI follows the body, not the wick. So, you know, it could get a big wick up to here, then come back down in the next hour or two and still be below this trend line in the RSI. So be aware of that. I'll be honest, BTC fell in my lap in 2013 with $100. Yeah, I got a story about that too. My buddy, a buddy I used to work with, we're still good friends today. He was talking to me about it. It was like 2009. He was like, "Have you heard of Bitcoin?" And so we talked about it. Started looking on videos and stuff. And at that time, it would say you could like play games and get it. And I was looking and looking and looking, and I was looking on like E-Trade and Ameritrade and stuff and trying to figure out how to buy it. Couldn't figure out how to buy it. I was gonna throw $100 in and just, you know, see what it was all about. Couldn't figure it out. Never looked back at it again until 2017. And a lot of people say, "Man, if I'd have bought it, you know, back in 2009, how much money I'd have." Well, problem with that is if you look at it really, if I would have bought $100 worth and, you know, it was a penny or whatever, if that shit got to $10 or even a buck, I would have sold it and thought I was brilliant. You know, that's, people don't think about that stuff. Most people ain't gonna hold it. They're gonna they're not gonna buy it for a penny and hold on to it till 60 grand. Most people. I see was a Schiller or a jackass in here, huh? Whoever deleted him. Appreciate it. Oh, anyway. Got a bunch of Schillers in here. They got to go. Crazy how scammers jump in and stuff. You know, if anything, when they jump in and scam like that, you should know 100% to stay the hell away from whatever they're talking about. Obido. 3% tax now, too. Yeah. Appreciate the super chat. I wish I could send it back to you because chilling that garbage is ridiculous. Anybody in? These are probably a bunch of people that bought it and they're losing their ass, or they bought it and they're just trying to pump it up so they can dump on your ass. Be careful out there, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if. Jesus. Chillers. I'm gonna get rid of these guys. Anyone saying that, you will be banned for good. Bro Science, respect savvy, 45 and silver as well. Man, can agree to disagree, but love your channel. Right on. I don't. That's what life's about, right? Nobody, if everybody thought the same, it'd be a whole different world. Bots, it's a raid. Oh well. So many scams. That's another thing, guys. If you see there was a bunch today, found a bunch of fake crypto savvies on Twitter. I posted it on there. I know a lot of people went. I think most of them are gone now, but if you ever see that stuff, let me know. You know, throw me a tweet or, you know, get a hold of me in the Discord. Let me know. Be careful out there, guys. In the comments, I try to keep them clean and get rid of all the scammy comments of the get a hold of me on WhatsApp and all that crap. You'll see them below the video. That is not me. I'll never get a hold of you or email you. My email is down below. It's at CryptoSavvy1. If you get an email that says it's me and it's not at CryptoSavvy1, you can look at it. I have it down in my links. It is not me. I would never ask anyone to invest in anything or buy anything, or this is my manager, talk to him. I don't have a manager. I don't know that crap. It's just me. So don't believe any of that crap. Like I said, I know most people don't give a shit and they leave it in their comments just because the more comments you get, the better for YouTube. I don't give a shit. I don't want that down there because I know there's a lot of people coming into the space that are brand new all the time, and they're easy to scam. So I try to keep that stuff cleaned out. Leave in the comments below the video after the video, if you're watching this after, especially if you think I should just do a recorded in the day and then a live stream at night. I mean, trying to get back into some kind of schedule here. I'm really not have a YouTube schedule right now. You're a very good trader, very good people savvy, good luck. Don't like people who tell the truth. Yeah. Hey, thanks for your level-headed commentary. Right on, man. No, it didn't. Actually, nope, it didn't get bearish divergence. This RSI was a little bit lower. We may get it here though, up in this range. Like I said, watch that trend line there, right here. If it gets above that and then gets support, then then start looking at that 38 to somewhere in that range. I didn't think it would be that quick. Actually, this if it came up within the next few hours, it's gonna be around the 37.7, 37.8. Davey, I love your channel, man. Keep it up. Thanks, man. Pretty bullish on crypto in the long term, honestly, but you're my go-to bear to listen to just for more balanced perceptive. Right on. I mean, that's what everybody should do. I mean, people that are really, the bears, watch the bulls, see if anything uh, changes your perspective a little bit. You always gotta. That's why I have confirmation areas, so I don't get all crazy. I don't FOMO, think I'm gonna miss out on anything, because once you learn the markets, guys, there's always, always, always gonna be trade ideas in the markets. You don't have to just hold and hope. You can do lives after the Australian and Asian markets open. That cool. If not, I'll catch you after work. I don't know the Australian Asian markets. When are the 8? That's like 3 in the morning or something, isn't it? I can't do them that time. Like 3 in the morning here, I believe, somewhere in there. Maybe not. I don't know. Where do I get to hold my bags going? It was, wasn't it? I put that on this morning. What the hell was that? Buy my bags. I think it was, wasn't it? BMB. How do you feel about indexes? I feel as if we're in for a long bear market. Yeah, I do too, man. I really do. Out of all the people on YouTube, I've learned the most from you and made the most using your outlet. Thanks, JB. Sorry, but there are no better TA than Savvy, period. I wouldn't say that. I mean, TA's TA, but there is a lot of guys out there that are really simple and they really don't show any TA. And like I said, most of them are holders. They act like traders, but they're just hodlers. What's that tattoo on your hand? Oh, there's no tattoo on my hand. That's just the green screen screwing up. My stuff's off. Not many YouTubers use Elliott Wave in their theory in their TA. Yeah, because they don't understand it. It takes a long time. That's all I used for like 2 years. Honestly, I wouldn't trade strictly on Elliott Wave, but it's just another good tool to have in your toolbox. But to trade strictly off it, not the best idea. But when it matches up with other stuff, that's where it comes in handy. 6 p.m. Oh, Central Time. What the Central Time? Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure something out. Are there Any other YouTubers that you rate their opinion? Um, I don't really watch any others, guys. I don't like to skew my analysis up. I might check in when somebody is hyped up or whatever. I watch those kind of for humor. But really, the only one I seen that has yeah. I don't like to point anybody because if I say that I appreciate their TA, then I do. I will tell you one guy that's good is Fink on Twitter, and you can follow him on TradingView too. Fink is really good. He's level-headed. He's um, looks at charts for what they are without getting emotionally attached, like myself. Definitely give Fink a follow and follow him on TradingView. I think he throws videos up on TradingView every once in a while. Pretty cool guy. But honestly, he's one that actually, he's not a trader per se, but he is a long term. Like he's bought pretty close to the bottoms and sold pretty close to the tops. So definitely check him out. He's got some good TA. Been watching you for a long time. Your honesty and humbleness are worth more than the price action. Thanks, Savvy, by the way, was Shib mentioned yet? Thanks for the super chat. It's sick. Appreciate it. Shib. Has BitBoy asked you to come back on? Nah, man, they don't they like certain views and that's pretty much it. They don't like views that don't fit their channel. If somebody's not a crypto is for sure gonna last forever and it's going somewhere, if you're not that kind of guy, they don't want you on the show. Davey, please look at our Steve. He creates charts with fib circles. Yeah, I've heard about him. Can we look at Shib for some shits and giggles? Yeah, we can look at Shib for some shits and giggles. This is my shit coins chart. See it? Shit. Oh, Shib. Should I? Coinbase. Oh, what a beauty. What a beauty. It's screwed. It passed this 0.76. It is screwed. This is a precursor of what's going to happen with Bitcoin, I think. Bad news. And now the 0.786 is resistance at 0.000023. Ugly. Here, let's go. That's the weekly. Let's go into a smaller time frame. It's shit. If you were into Shib, you got dumped on hardcore. Let's look at some possible targets. So if it breaks up above this triangle, you could be looking to come up and test these ranges again around 0.000028. Here, let's throw some targets on. Throw the downside targets on first. This is the daily, guys. I mean, it's gonna happen in a day, but there's one target, and here's the bullish target. There's my two targets for Shib. Bearish and bullish. And actually, you could, and this is the daily again, guys. It could get a lot worse. This being a bear flag. There you go. Right back to the breakout point. Oh, but yeah, you can see some gonna get some bearish divergence here in the 1 hour. Let's look at the 4 hour. Yep. Looking nasty. Nasty. And you look at TrueFi, 1 day Binance, TrueFi. We could take a look at some shit coins, I suppose. TrueFi, where was that at? TrueFi, Binance. Pretty damn ugly, man. It may get another push up here from this wedge, but it's going to make some massive bearish divergence. Yeah, bullish case, it comes back up and tests this one more time. This is the 4 hour. Oh, you wanted to look at the daily, didn't you? That might give us an idea for longer term. Daily looks pretty bad. But yeah, might get one more push up here to retest this 25-cent range. It does look pretty ugly. If you look from this bottom to this bottom, it does have some bullish divergence. I wouldn't be too. This is the daily too, like I said, but a lot of it depends on what happens with Bitcoin, guys. So to be bullish, it would have to break this 23-cent range. Otherwise, looking bearish, and that ends up being a bear flag, which is quite possible. Be looking at about 9 cents, 9.5 cents, which is pretty bad. Pretty bad. Dot. Let's take a look at dot. Dollar on Bitfinex. What else we pretty much the same thing here, man. Actually, almost death. That's a lot. That's the thing a lot of people don't understand, man. Is a lot of these coins are disappear, man. They're just hype shield dog crap. 22 is major resistance, obviously. And it does look like it is. And this is the daily, guys, but it does look possible like this thing is going to wither away to nothing. The only way to even think about getting bullish on this would be a break above 22.45 and support, and to see a couple dailies close above that. Did I get out of AMC? No, if you guys remember, I made a bunch of money on it. I just left the rest in there. It was money I didn't even know I had anymore. I had left it on my penny stock account. But no, I should have. I told my buddy to get out. That's what this red line here is for. I told him if it broke this $20 range to get the hell out. We are on support now. So if it gets back up, maybe I'll put some sells in at around 20. But yeah, I'll probably be getting the hell out of it. Sand. What's it? Ants. Sand might get one more bounce, possibly, if Bitcoin gets a bounce. Maybe. Well, I'd be watching the trend line on the daily on there. Simple trend line. Does get a bounce. Look for way the hell up here, maybe. Definitely a possibility. I wouldn't bet the house on it because this also could be. Also could just be a bear flag. Put a I'll give you two bearish targets, and then obviously look for that bullish target. And again, this is on the dailies. There's the really bearish 75 cents. And let's this smaller one, just the length of the channel. That one is 205. Look for a break either way on this channel here. Let me look at the 4 hour just see if I see any divergence that might help out. Yeah. You're getting some pretty major divergence here, bearish divergence. From this high to this high, you're making lower highs, higher highs here. It does look like it's going to flip around, come back down. Careful with that. Hex. Oh my god. Where is what is it on? I mean, is there anything that oh, Hex looks pretty horrible. Honestly, guys, I know a lot of people are super bullish on it, but it really doesn't look that good. Unless here's some hope for Hex. Oh, actually, possibly be a big. So I'll give you the bullish case for Hex and take a look at bearish. So here's the bullish case that is 40 cents. But by looking at this, it does look like we go lower first. And guys, I'm just taking quick looks at this, so none of this is set in stone, obvious. I'll give you two bullish targets, and then I'll give you the bearish target. Honestly, pretty freaking ugly, man. Actually, here's your first bullish target. It's about 35, if that's the case. Otherwise, coming back down to somewhere in these ranges. Sense. H bar. Oh, let's see. Going to the 4 hour for this. First ever. There. Amwick. Looks pretty ugly, man. Definitely pretty ugly. It is getting a bounce off this old support, though. So if it breaks this, I'd run for the hills. If not, that's about 338. So break below there, I'd run for the hills. Otherwise, it may have a chance of Hmm. Again, guys, I don't watch these. Just throwing quick lines on. Break at the 338 range. It could be coming back down to around 256 range, somewhere in there, which would be old support and resistance. There's my Ethereum. It has not changed. This chart's 3 months old, man. My targets are still in play. That ouch. Pretty nasty, man. Well, got to get over this to be bullish. That's all I'm going to say about that. Got to break this to even think about getting bullish. Guys, if this is truly a bear market, man, all these things are going to go to absolute shit. You know. That looks pretty much over, man. OVA. You do have a little bit of bullish divergence possibly here. Let's stretch this out and look at the... I'm not even going to... The more I look at these, the more I believe we are in a bear market, man. Serious. If you wanted to long here, this is the daily. And hope for a bounce. Might be all right, but this is not looking good. A daily close of the RSI below this line, and it's not at all. God dang, that's an ugly chart, man. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to smash the likes if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel for daily updates on Bitcoin and markets. And we may start doing these live streams a little more with taking a look at altcoins or whatever. See what's going on. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day. You guys rock. Thank you guys for the super chats. Don't forget to check out the links below in the description. They help support the channel, and you get some bonuses off the stuff. Also, my wife's webpage. Take it easy, guys. I'm out.